And hello everyone, it's time for today's Farm and Ranch News, and with us today is Megan Van Emon, the Montana State University Beef Extension Specialist. And in this role, Megan, you help producers on a variety of issues that affect the livestock industry, and one of those issues is the Veterinary Feed Directive. And we've talked a lot about that on the Northern Ag Network, but let's give our listeners and audience an overview of what the Veterinary Feed Directive is and its impact on producers here in the state of Montana and across our region.
Okay, thanks, Lane. Well, the Veterinary Feed Directive is a rule implemented by the FDA. So what that is impacting is our feed-grade antibiotics, or what we consider medically important antibiotics, or those antibiotics that are used both in humans and in animals, so like your chlorotetracyclines and things like that. So those will be impacted in a feed grade basis, and those will move to what we call the Veterinary Feed Directive, or VFD for short, form, starting January 1, 2017. And upon that date, you will need to obtain a VFD form from your veterinarian, and hopefully with that, then be able to purchase those feed grade antibiotics from whatever feed distributor you are using, as long as they are selling those VFD drugs. And with that, then you will be able to feed that feed grade antibiotics. So really not much has changed, just a little extra paperwork. So not too much. You can still feed them. There is that misconception that everybody, you aren't going to be able to feed those anymore, but you can, as long as you're following those label directions and you acquire that VFD form from your veterinarian.
And Megan, there's going to be an opportunity for producers to actually learn more about the Veterinary Feed Directive and the impact it's going to have just shortly across the summer with extension workshops that you will be helping put on. And when we come back, we will actually learn more about those locations and times. Don't go away. We'll be right back. And we're back here today with Megan Van Emon, the Montana State University Beef Extension Specialist. And Megan and I are talking about the Veterinary Feed Directive and an opportunity for beef producers across the state of Montana to learn more about the impacts of this directive. And Megan, what are some of the workshops and topics that are going to be discussed throughout the summer across the state of Montana?
Well, Rachel Endicott, the other beef extension specialist in Bozeman, and I, as well as Katie Rain, a veterinarian in the Crazy Mountain Vet Service, as well as on the MVMA board, are going to be putting on a series of workshops throughout the state. The locations can be found on our beef extension website, and then you can also contact your local extension agent as well. The flyers have been sent out to them. And the topics that we're going to cover are basic VFD information that we briefly discussed before, and then also, what is that veterinary client-patient relationship? How are the minor species such as sheep, which is Montana is a major sheep state, affected by the VFD, and then your 4-H animals, as well as what are some responsibilities of the veterinarians, the producers, and the feed distributors. And luckily we've been able to get funding through the Western Extension Risk Management Education Center to fund 9 of these meetings throughout the state.
And Megan, like you said, you can visit you guys online to learn more about the meetings, and we'll have that also online at northernag.net. That's going to do it for today's Farm and Ranch News.